Hello and good Wednesday. Astrid Dagmar is my name, and I'm an expert in profitability through diversity. And today I want to talk about bias. And maybe you got a bit angry when I put the heading "You are biased." But the truth is, we are all. And it's a way to make our brain survive, categorize things, and so on. So it's nothing wrong as long as you handle it correctly and as long as you discover when it is causing you problems or issues, or when it's not only when it's not like categorizing, but when it's going to be bias and prejudices. So you wouldn't be able to like navigate the world if you every single moment would just go without any I don't know what it's called, with any opinions out about the people you meet, about the environments you meet, about you if you start from zero every time, you will not be able to make any decisions, to take any contacts or anything, because then you have to like start with all over the place, all over again, with who is this and how do I treat people and how do I approach people and so on. So in some way, I mean, if you go into a shop, you assume that the person behind the cashier is the one that you will pay to. So you're not going to start asking, okay, who are you? Can I pay you? Can I trust you? And so on and so on. But if you are in a situation where you are supposed to make a judgment about someone, if you have to decide if you employ this person or not, if you have to decide if you give this person an assignment, if you decide if you want to apply for that job, then you have to make sure that you look at the person and not at the stereotype. And there are ways to do this. And the most important one is always to be aware of that you are biased and that you have something that you have to come over. If you usually employ men and you go into an interview with a woman and you think, I don't have a problem, I'm for equality, no problems, I'm not biased, then you will probably not be a good interviewer to that person. She might not want to work for your company, and you might also judge her for things that are wrong, that you might not treat her the way you want to treat her if you are unbiased. So if we take that example, if you interview a woman and you usually interview men, maybe even at the same age as you, and this woman is older or younger, I really want you to take a step back and think about, okay, what opinions do I have about this person from what I know, and what of this is actually facts, and what is what I think, what I believe was included in my belief system. And then you can try to find out for the things that I included in your belief system and in your bias and in your prejudices and so on, find out if they are true. And if they are not true, make sure that you find a system within yourself to challenge these. One possibility, for example, if you're interviewing a woman, is to take a deep breath and ask yourself, how would I judge this reaction, this answer, this competence, this profile, if it was a man, if it was one of my employees that I really highly value? If he answered in this way, would I also think, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about? Or would I think, oh, wait a minute, I have to ask some more questions to find out what she really knows? And you can do this in any situation. You can even do this when you go to the supermarket and you're paying, and maybe you think that, yeah, this person is just about to take my money and that's it. And maybe you think she looks sad, and then you think, okay, she's unfriendly. And then you can challenge yourself and ask yourself, okay, maybe she's not unfriendly. Maybe she has had a really tough time. Maybe some things are going on in her life. And you can give her a smile instead. And that will probably make a big difference for her day. So the thing is, we are all biased. We all have preformed opinions about people, about gender, about races, about age, about language, but you have to find ways to think again and not go in these traps, to be sure that you give the person a real chance. And if you're employing someone, to also give your company a real chance to actually find the best talent. Because if you filter away these people, you might miss the very best person there is for the job, only because you have preformed opinions about women, people of color, and another thing is language. I discover this with myself very often, and I think it is very common that if someone isn't speaking your language very well, or the language you are talking with the person, if the person speaking the language worse than you are, then you might think he or she doesn't know so much, he or she doesn't contribute. So then you also have to think about, okay, this is a language issue. If he or she was allowed to talk in her own language, how would that look like? And also, if people are talking in a foreign language, they might have more brain capacity for finding out what you're actually saying, and they have less capacity for coming up with creative ideas. So if you're having people from different countries with different languages, try to find the language that everybody is about the same comfortable with. Because if you have 5 people talking their mother tongue and one person that is struggling with both understanding and talking, then this person will not be able to be creative and to contribute. And it will be frustrating for you because you don't get anything out of this person. And it will be frustrating for that person as well because he or she wants to contribute. Maybe she has the best idea ever and you're not going to hear it because there is a language problem. So even in this case, try to find a common language. And maybe you can encourage the person to speak English if you're speaking your mother tongue, or be creative even in this and make sure that you reach a situation of some kind of equality, so everybody gets heard, everybody gets to raise their ideas, and everybody gets to contribute, because this is important for you, for the team, and for the person in question. So I hope you understand that, yes, you are biased, but that doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means that you are human, and there are so many ways you can do something about it. And there is so much possibilities out there to use this for your advantage. So I wish you a continued excellent, fantastic week and a great Easter weekend, regardless if you celebrate Easter or not. Have a good time.